this is going to sound weird, but there's more than just the grays that are out there that are visiting this planet. If you've watched some of my other videos, I've already described that there are other aliens that do live among us. And that's kind of a very deep subject. And they're not altogether good. But on this particular evening, I'm now going to describe to you what happened with these other two species that I met, and I only met them one time that I'm aware of. The one guy I probably met many times, but I just don't remember it. I don't want to remember it. But anyway, so if you've seen some of my other videos, my husband and I used to get some daiquiris and go downstairs and build a fire, and I'd bring the little monitor so I could hear, the kids if they woke up or anything like that. And we had the pull-out couch, and we'd spend some alone time, some quality time together. So this particular evening, and okay, this is a little TMI, but after we had our, alone time, we would, wash up and put our normal clothes back on. I know, TMI, I'm so sorry. We put our clothes back on. And I know on this particular evening, back in the day, I would wear a bra and underwear and have a t-shirt and shorts. So I know I was wearing that. And so anyway, so we're laying in bed or blah, blah, blah. I mean, that's the last part of the story that I knew. But all of a sudden I woke up and my head is hanging over the edge of the bed where your feet should be. And my husband's head, is in the normal position. But I'm looking upside down and I'm looking into the door that is into this, the TV room, what I call the TV room. And so I'm looking upside down and I'm frozen. And walking in are these little tree plugs, these little plugs of people. They're not people, beings. And they're probably about, I don't know, a little over 24 inches tall or something like that. But they're square and they're jaggedy edged and they've got a mottled effect around their face and their little feet are like little flappers underneath them. And there's just a whole trove of them, just a whole troop trudging in. I'm like, oh my God. And one of them pulls aside, and I think it was a she, and at least she's having some compassion for me. And we talk telepathically, because that's how I talk to aliens. And that's how I talk to humans too. Just so you're aware, I can hear you. So if you think you're going to bullshit me, well, good luck with that. Anyway, I will know. Okay, so in walk these little guys, and she's like, "Are we scaring you? Because they're jaggedy. Because jaggedy things scare humans." And I'm like, yeah. And so then the whole troop just transforms into a softer, more rounded look. And then she's like, "Well, we're here to help your planet." Okay, so number one, I believe that they're extraterrestrial, off-world, because she's like, we're here to help your planet. And my younger son, who was born on 11/11, we've discussed this and we talked about the Greys. And one of his things was thesis that he proposed to me was that, what if the Greys are humanoids in the future? Because something happens to our sun, so we become shorter, gray with the lack of sun, and our eyes have to transform and get big. We play around with all of these themes and thoughts, and and we go deep with them. Like, we just noodle around and what if? Okay. So we're here to help your planet. And I said, fuck you. Excuse my language. Anyway. And, after that, it's every man for himself. So she just walks around and I'm struggling to unfreeze myself because my body's frozen. The energy in the room is off. And I'm going to say that there's a huge part of me that thought that when I meet aliens or when the aliens come and visit me, the energy in the room, the frequency is very strange. It's not of the 3D realm. And I thought maybe that's what they needed to come into our realm because they're not this 3D whatever. But now I'm kind of wondering if that isn't part of the frequency to subdue me. Because I did meet the gray aliens out the day once. And I mean, like, I don't know, maybe they can make a whole energy field. I don't know. I don't have the answers. But anyway, so I'm struggling. My head's tipped over and I'm struggling. I'm like trying to and as I do, I'm finally able to get my head onto the mattress and I can see my husband. And what I can see over my feet is one of these opaque lights that's kind of like dental light, back in the day, very iridescent, looks like the inside of a beautiful shell, but it's larger. It's a little bit more towards a light that you would see in a surgical unit. And out from underneath the light comes this being, this dude. He's like, and he's smiling and looking at me, and he's skinny and he's pale. His skin is so pale, it almost looks plastic. And I don't remember if he has nipples or not. I don't think he did. I don't know. But because I was looking at his crotch and his hips were about this wide and his arms and legs were like super long. And he's wearing a black Speedo. Like he's hiding his alien space junk, right? He's got a Speedo on. I've never seen an alien with clothes before. So anyway, he's coming over me and I black out because that's what I do. And I don't know if that's out of fright or I don't know if that's what they do. I don't even know why I'm awake or that I have the capacity to do that, blah, blah, blah. I don't have the answers. I don't know. What can I tell you? But the next day I wake up. I mean, okay, so number one, I got to say this. My husband, I mean, if I move and turn, he gets upset. He wakes up. If I say anything, well, like in my sleep, he wakes up. I can hardly move, and he's just a light sleeper. So the fact that my head is switched around over the edge of the bed, he would have normally woken up. Like that's him. He'd be like, "What are you doing, Dana?" He'd be complaining. Nope, no complaints. Next thing you know, I wake up the next morning, my head's in the correct place, and I'm not wearing any clothes. And like I said, we would go to bed after we would be intimate and we put our clothes back on. So it'd be a bra, underwear, shirt, shorts, blah, blah, blah. And I looked over the bed. I'm like, oh shit, I'm naked. And I look over the bed and on the floor are all my clothes, but they're in a pile. They're in a puddle, actually. So it looks as if my underwear are still in a circle situated inside of my shorts, and my bra is still situated inside of my shirt. It's as if I melted away. Now, normally if you take your clothes off, I don't know about you, but like, whatever. Woo! But they were all in a perfect circle, perfectly aligned. It looked as if I had melted, and I'm naked. So I knew in that moment, oh my gosh, that is a signal for an alien abduction. And at first, for many years, I was really upset because I figured they took my eggs. They harvested my eggs. I guarantee you, why else would you need that big light, right? What are you looking at? And it wasn't until recently while I was writing my book that I ran into another woman and I was describing this to her. And all of a sudden it dawned on me that not only could they harvest my eggs, but they could harvest my husband's sperm too. Because as I said before, we had been intimate. And I know it's TMI. I know it's a little bit much, but now I'm really pissed off. Because if you have my eggs and you have my husband's sperm and you're here to save the planet, what do you have? I'm very disturbed by this because I worry. Are they actually taking the sperm and my eggs and creating beings? Are they creating humans? Are they creating hybrids? Are they enslaving them? Are they harvesting them for parts? What are they doing? with our family jewels? What are they doing? What's going on? You know, there's a part of me that'd be like, oh, I would hope that they'd be cloned like Duncan from Dune, you know, and they're going to be epic warriors out there in space, in the cosmos, in the galaxy, for the Federation. I have to hang on to that because if they're being harvested and used for body parts or used for adrenochrome or whatever it is, it's breaking my heart. And I told my younger son, I said, here's the deal. If somebody comes up to you that looks familiar in the future, maybe they are family. Maybe that is actually your full-blooded brother or sister coming to talk to you. So be ready for that conversation. And it may not happen to him, and it may happen to my descendants. I don't know. Or it may not happen at all. But it's thievery. It's fuckery. It's theft. It's abuse. It's rape. And it's upsetting. And I don't mean to get so dramatic, but yeah, there's a lot of things that are going on around here. Stay weird, my friends. I have no choice.